From college dropout to Fortnite millionaire, typical gamer. He's been around for like a decade in content.
This is Typical Gamer.
And I don't know too much about him before Fortnite.
YouTuber in the entire world, but not many
10
people know
billion
the true
total
story
views
on how Typical Gamer rose to the top of YouTube and the Fortnite world.
I've actually never told this to anyone before.
However, that ends today because I got the chance to do an exclusive
it's an interview
with Typical Gamer
That's
himself,
sick.
and you can only find it right here on Timmy FNBR.
Yo, what's up, Timmy fans?
So without
That's
further
sick.
ado, and with the help of the man himself, this is the entire story.
So that's why I don't know his story, because he
Typical
hasn't
Gamer.
told it.
Andre, Typical Gamer, Rebel.
Wait a second. 1992? Psh, boomer. Oh my God, Uncle at 1992. So old. Oh my God. Imagine being that old. That's crazy.
Was born on March 23rd of 1992 in Canada.
Homie's
Yeah,
basically
so I
a
grew up
grandpa.
in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. A lot of people think I'm from America, but no, I'm definitely Canadian.
He was raised by his two
Dad, I was
parents
born in
from
93.
Portugal alongside his older brother.
So both my parents are
They're like
Portuguese,
twins.
like straight from Portugal, which a lot of people don't know as well. I was spawned, and my brother was
Spawned?
too. So I got one brother. He's older by a couple of years. That's a family secret.
I spawned in. I had pretty good
Typical Gamer
loot.
Got into video games at a very early age as a young kid.
So my very first game, I think I was like 3 or 4. It was playing on the SNES, so the Super Nintendo Entertainment
Wow,
System.
that
have
is
my
old.
original one. Yeah, let me show you.
He has his original
This is
one?
the actual original one. This is
That's
the one that I played
so
on. First game
sick.
I ever played was Super Mario World.
And
Such
for
a
those
good
of my
game.
viewers who were too young to have an SNES,
All of them
it
but me.
came out all the way back in 1990. And here's
All
just
the
a
way
little
back
clip
in
of what the games used to
1990.
look like on it. Yeah, a little bit more pixelated than what we're all used to now. But at the time, these graphics were ahead of their time.
I don't think
and
this is even
absolutely
on the
insane.
Super
It got
Nintendo. I swear it was
network
worse than
reviews
this.
from all gaming outlets that existed at the time. As TG got older, his love for video games grew even stronger.
For sure, yeah. So I had a pretty regular school life. I was pretty good at school, but I tried to finish my homework as quickly as possible so I could just rush and play games.
He
Yep.
played a wide
Pretty much
variety
me.
of games, from MMOs to story-based
He was a WoW
action-adventure
fan.
games.
I love
Some of my
PG.
favorite games of all time that I poured like the most hours into, SOCOM 2, which is
Yep.
a third-person shooter. Guild Wars. The way I would describe it for people that don't know is pretty much
WoW is
if you
better than
didn't have
Guild
money
Wars.
to buy World of Warcraft, you would play Guild Wars because there was no monthly subscription. So I played a lot of Guild Wars, over 10,000 hours.
My parents paid for my subscription.
But
I was very
just
lucky.
because he was a huge gamer doesn't mean that he never left his house. TG was also a huge hockey fan and even dreamed of being in the NHL when he got older.
So I didn't play any like official sports. I played a lot of road hockey, and then I played on rollerblades
Huh.
hockey as well. And I really wanted to growing up be an NHL star. My parents wanted me to get into soccer, and there was soccer and hockey, and we looked at it and we looked at the prices, and it's just so incredibly expensive to get into hockey. And
Wow, he had
I wish
like
I played
a-
soccer. I love soccer. I love playing soccer, but I was just so focused and honed in on this idea of playing hockey. that
TG
anything
had a
else
really
would-
modest
While
upbringing.
TG slowly stopped playing sports as he got into high school, he did not step back from gaming. Because of this, he wanted to explore the internet even more.
Hockey does seem
and decided
really
to create his
expensive.
YouTube channel on August 24th of 2008 when he was
2008?
only 16 years old.
Oh my-
And I
he's
can
an
imagine
OG.
that some of you weren't even born back in 2008, so it's safe to say Typical Gamer has been
2008.
doing this for a long
Youngsters.
time. At the start, there was barely any YouTube algorithm.
Yeah, this is like-
They actually hand-picked the videos that would be put on the featured page.
That's
and shortly after
crazy.
that, on July 9th, 2009, Typical Gamer would also branch out into the streaming industry on the website
He was
we
on
now
Justin
know as
TV
Twitch.
too.
However, back then, it was still called Justin.
TG is so OG.
And he would start live streaming Battlefield 1943 with his older brother.
First game I ever made content on was actually, I mean, this is super random, but it was Battlefield 1943, and I was streaming on Justin TV. So that was in 2009. I still have some clips on my Twitch channel. of
That's
that.
so
It was
cool.
The vibe of, you know, it feels like you and your boys are playing in a room together, right? Hanging out. So how can we do that? So we went to eBay and we bought this thing called an Easy Cap for literally, I think, like $10. and it might have been the worst quality ever video.
Yeah,
but we were having a
what?
blast.
And TG was not lying. The quality was definitely rough. But as
can't even-
time went on, TG's streams would slowly but surely get higher in quality and entertainment.
How
On
can
May
anyone even watch
24th,
that?
2010, TG would upload the first ever video to his YouTube
Oh,
account,
wow.
which was a Red Dead
He started on
Redemption
Red
free-for-all.
Dead.
And it was just that, a free-for-all multiplayer game of Red Dead Redemption with no narration or talking at all. However, we're still early in his career, and on May 25th of 2010, Typical Gamer would upload his second ever video to the account.
Hey everybody, I just made this video to show you what unlocks you have at the Outfitter when you reach level 50 for the first time in Red Dead Redemption's multiplayer.
This was TG's first
What
ever
a terrible intro
tutorial-style
for
video about the game Red Dead Redemption.
really early
And
days.
early
Mine
on,
were much
TG's
worse.
YouTube account would become known for this tutorial style of content.
So there were some notions of success in about 2010 when I was doing Red Dead Redemption content. It actually did really well. So my tutorials would get anywhere from like 100,000 to 500,000
Oh, wow.
views for a tutorial. At
Oh
that
my
time.
gosh.
It's pretty insane.
That's
Although
ridiculous.
TG loved playing games
You got, like,
and streaming.
really
he
early
couldn't
success.
exactly make a career out of it. At least not yet. Considering we're back in the early 2010s, there was not as much support for creators as there is today. Even for the biggest creators, there wasn't really a job to be made out of it. So someone like Typical Gamer, who was doing this all as a hobby, still had to finish school and have a job. So TG did what his parents wanted him to do, and he went to college while still making his YouTube
Even while
videos.
getting like
Went to
500K a
college for
video, yeah.
Computer science, and then I also went to college for business. Computer programming, I actually did it for a year, and then I dropped out. It didn't kind of get me excited, so I was like, let me drop out. So I dropped out of that.
And on top of doing YouTube and going to school full-time, TG also held down some jobs here and there to help pay for his expenses.
So the first time I ever made money was when I made those PHP mods for text-based games. That was the first time I actually made money. And then after that, I worked at Walmart, and I also worked at the Gap. And it was really funny because it was me, and I had 3 Indian ladies on my team who were absolutely incredible. They were like 5 feet tall, and it was a very physically demanding job. So I had to end up doing a lot of the labor there, which is kind of funny.
While Typical was in the trenches of Walmart, he was
Trenches
still
of
uploading videos
Walmart.
regularly and even expanding outside of the Red Dead Redemption niche to other games like Call of
Yeah,
Duty,
GTA is where he saw a
Minecraft,
bunch of
Last Us,
success,
and
right?
more. But TG was having a problem when it came to growing his channel. Doing tutorials was very difficult and incredibly time-consuming. You had to write very detailed scripts that were both easily understandable, but also very entertaining for
Fair.
the audience, and you had to go into the game and capture all the content, edit everything together. I mean, it was a lot of work. In this time of early YouTube, the algorithm would favor accounts that posted daily. So TG had to find a way to make videos as fast as possible, but also keep his high quality. And because of that, he decided to adapt and find a way to succeed outside of tutorials.
Now, I came to this crossroads where I was looking for GTA 5 content, and there really wasn't any. I told myself that every day for the next month, I was going to upload and see how it does. So
Solid
I locked myself
effort.
into this. And the first time I uploaded, I think it was like talking about how multiplayer is going to be 16 or 32 players. I had seen a Reddit thread, and I had disagreed what the Reddit thread was about. I was like, well, let me make a video on this, right? So I made a video on it, and the first day I got like 20,000 views. I was like, holy crap, this is insane. And then the next video I uploaded got 40,000 views. And then the next video I uploaded got 80,000 views.
Oh,
And the next
wow.
day, and it kept going up until this point
That's
where
sick.
before GTA 5 was released, my videos were getting like 300, 400, 500,000 plus views, sometimes hitting
And on
millions
top of
views.
this, once the actual game came out, he took this hype train that he had created and did his first ever live stream on YouTube.
And this is early days live streaming on YouTube.
It's like, damn, I'm playing that game.
And from that point on, TG was a very dedicated GTA YouTuber. And once these
I
YouTube
skipped this
videos
whole
started to
genre of
blow up,
content.
it began to look like YouTube could actually be a real career for TG. So because of this, he decided to drop out of college and really focus on
So
his
he was doing it
channel.
for a while
But
before he
that
dropped
is
out.
Much easier said than done.
Back in 2013, I think November. It was
2013,
after my
still 11
GTA
years
videos
ago.
were doing really well. I think the game had released, and I thought I just had to really dedicate myself fully to this opportunity. And I was able to present to my parents and be like, hey, I think this is really the right decision. Let me try it out. I mean, that's really tough, especially with my parents being immigrants, right? So university, especially for immigrant parents, is so massive.
Yeah.
So the fact that I want to drop out, I think really
That makes sense.
really hit him in the core. But these days he kind of comes up to me sometimes. He's like, I'm sorry.
Aww.
I'm like, Dad, you don't have to be sorry. It's like nobody knew. This is such an experimental time in gaming, and he used to take away my internet all the time. He used to bring like the modem with him to work.
It's hard because
I would play too much games. I mean, and he's like, I'm sorry for doing. I'm like, no,
they just want what's best for you. Yeah.
Way too much games.
Yeah.
So with the weight of his
And then it always
family-
comes from like they just want the best for you. Like my internet got turned off a few times growing up for sure. It's mostly my brother more so than me, and I kind of just got caught in the crossfire. But my parents, like, yeah, it's like it's hard. Like they want you to be happy, but they also like, you know, they think they're doing what's best for you. I'm glad that TG also can understand that. Like it came from them wanting the best. It's just different time.
and his own future on his shoulders, Typical Gamer took the risk and dropped out of college and got to work. And because of this consistent uploading, as well as having more time now that he wasn't in school, Typical Gamer was able to hit 1 million subscribers in 2015.
In 2015?
However, this wouldn't be the most important moment in
TG's
Typical
been
Gamer's
that guy,
life
bro.
in the
What?
year 2015, because he also met who would now be his wife, Samara.
That must have been 2015. I
Aww.
think. So before the Fortnite release, but after GTA stuff happened. So I think I had just cracked like 1 million subscribers when I met Samara. Before we even started dating, I would tell my friends like that's my future wife. I kind of knew when I met
Wow.
Samara. She's such a special, amazing, incredible.
A bit
person.
wholesome.
She inspires me so much, and I'd taken her to go horseback riding for one of her first dates and stuff. So
Wow.
it was love ever after. But I was still living in Toronto, so we were long distance for basically about a year. That was really tough, but I remember how excited I was.
I mean, it
when
was
would book a
committed.
trip, and it was like a month from now I'd come see Samara, and we would FaceTime for like hours on end. I really appreciate those moments, and I think it helped us build a really, really great bond. And I remember how anxious I would be in excitement when it would come to the date of me visiting her. That date
Aw.
would come sooner. Like I wanted to fast forward life so bad. And it was just, it was amazing.
So
This is
for
all a bit
while,
wholesome?
It looked like TG's career was at its peak. He was making incredibly successful GTA content.
I wanna
and
hear how he
was
did the
now
swap
one
to
of the most
Fortnite.
popular gaming YouTubers throughout the mid-2010s. However, a game was about to release that would not only change Typical Gamer's life, but the entire gaming community forever.
Fortnite.
On
Fortnite.
September 26,
Fortnite.
2017, Epic launched the Fortnite Battle Royale mode. The concept was simple, just like H1Z1 and PUBG, which were both games that Typical Gamer was familiar with. There would be 100 players entering in an arena, and only one can leave. They start on the battle bus, skydiving into an island where they would gather loot, build forts, and fight off enemies
Build
until they were
forts.
the last one standing, all while running from the ever-shrinking storm. But like any new game, Epic Games wanted big YouTubers and streamers to play it on their accounts,
Oh.
so that way more people could see it and build up hype around it. And around this time in 2017, Typical Gamer had over 5 million subscribers at this point. So he was the perfect fit for a sponsorship.
he
with
got
Epic Games
sponsored.
himself.
What's up, everybody? Typical Gamer with your
Hashtag
daily
sponsor.
YouTube live streams and more. And today for you guys, I got some Fortnite Battle Royale gameplay for you. This is sponsored by Epic Games. Shout out to them for sponsoring this video.
Okay.
And we're going to be playing the new Battle Royale
Epic
mode
paid a
where it
ton to
puts
creators.
you
Did they
and
really?
99 other people, 100 people in total, against each other in the Fortnite world, which means that you could build stuff, you could blow stuff up, and there's
Jeez.
just so many different options.
I didn't realize they
was just
sponsored
playing
so
a
many
little bit.
people.
I was getting into the groove, and I think I'm ready to show you guys how freaking good I am at this game. So if
Fortnite was introduced to me, I had seen, things about it in the news, etc. But the first time,
How
I had
does
the
this man
opportunity to
still not
play
have an
it,
icon
Epic
skin?
actually offered me a sponsorship to play it. So the first time I ever played Fortnite, I was paid to play Fortnite, which is kind of funny.
That's right. The first time Typical Gamer ever played Fortnite was literally because he was paid
It has to
in
be
a
in the work.
sponsorship. And obviously, it's turned into way more than just a sponsorship since
Yeah,
then.
wow, that's a
The
good
format of Battle
sponsor.
Royale. I mean, I was playing PUBG before. PUBG is very serious. If you're caught out in the open, you get absolutely bodied. Fortnite had this
Pretty
ability
much.
to build, and albeit anybody at that point could not build. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you definitely remember like Myth cranking the 90 and people going crazy or building a tower, and people would sit in these, 1x1s. All that was absolutely insane. But I love that you have the ability to defend yourself no matter.
Even
where
just
you
putting
are.
up a couple
That's
walls
why
was
building-
huge.
That's why build mode really stood out to me. But it was just the feeling for me, especially solos, that you're able to beat like 99 other players. That's pretty insane. And it leads to these intense moments and these anxiety-filled moments that just lend itself to a really awesome victory royale. And it was they had such an amazing update cadence.
Yep.
They had
so much regular
just
content.
Rush of everybody and their mother playing Fortnite. It was a magical time.
Typical Gamer wasn't the only person who felt this way about Fortnite either. Millions of people everywhere flocked to the game, and it was easily one of, if not the biggest release in gaming history. Not to mention, it was one of the
So he just
first
stopped
games
doing
to
GTA
positively
altogether.
break into pop culture. Let's do a quick comparison of how television talked about GTA when
Oh
it was
man,
released.
The
jeez.
video game that is shattering sales records.
That is to say the least. There's a good chance the teenage gamers in your house may be, well, playing it as we speak. And the adult content
Playing
in
it
Grand
as
Theft
we
Auto
speak.
5 begs the question, do you know what your kids are playing?
First,
Oh.
how they talked about Fortnite.
I'm not really into video games, but I found out that Fortnite makes hundreds of millions of dollars a month, and the people can make millions of dollars a year just from playing Fortnite. So this morning I went out and I bought myself an Xbox, and I'm going to be rich.
Yeah, just a little bit different. Anyways, for the first time
To
ever,
be fair,
it was
a little bit different of a vibe. Kids game, colorful, shooting, but not really dying. Can't even use the word kill compared to like mowing down civilians on the sidewalk. Like, little, I get it. The whole GTA, like, oh, video games make you violent, has always been very annoying. I've lived through that my entire life. But like, you can understand why there'd be a different in like reception.
was not only cool to play video games, but it was also socially acceptable to use it as a way to make a living. With all of this going on, Fortnite started to have live events. One of the most notable ones being the Fortnite
Ooh,
Pro-Am.
Pro-Am. Did he
on
play the
June
Pro-Am? I
12th
actually can't
of
remember this.
2018. This was the first ever Fortnite official LAN event, and it featured all of your favorite gamers. They all battled it out for a $3 million charity
Ooh, that
prize.
Pro-Am was
Typical
big
Gamer
prize
was
pool.
paired up with Vince Staples. Unfortunately, the duo didn't win first place. As many of you know, that title went to Ninja and Marshmallow.
All he has to do is breathe on him, and he's going to get the win.
Ninja!
Charity here at the Fortnite Pro-Am.
Still not convinced that was actually Marshmallow.
But this was not
How
the
would you
last
know?
time Typical
How would
Gamer
you
be
even know?
invited to an event. He was also invited to the TwitchCon Stream Invitational that took place during the TwitchCon on October 28th of 2018. It started off with 2 solo games.
Do you know who I think does not get enough credit? I mean, Typical Gamer. He's a very, very good player.
Yes.
Ooh,
And I
the
don't
Ninja
think that
Gas.
People, whoa, what?
I don't think that.
Is that how far you can go? I didn't know you can go up that high. Is that how? Can you please explain?
Yeah, he's going that high, man.
Typical Gamer, 0 material.
W commentary.
But now he's gonna be in 1v1 against the
It's
college.
Typical Gamer versus Fear.
double barrel shotgun.
Fears got the editing coming out,
this is
rocket
rough.
launcher in the
Oh,
hands of Typical
that's
Gamer.
so risky. If he missed that RPG and blows himself up on the wall, are you kidding me?
Fear does have shields. He does have that health
Dude, before
advantage
sprinting
over
and
Typical
mantling, this
Gamer.
is so painful.
simple,
But
man.
Typical Gamer
He
has
can't
a
mantle,
rocket
so he
ship
can't really
thrown
do
into the
anything.
challenge.
What is happening now in the self RPG? We all saw it coming.
Let's go, man.
We all saw it coming.
Typical Gamer. Hey, at least he went out with a bang.
44 HP, shaking that hard. You knew he was gonna
He
RPG
did
himself.
manage to win $22,750, getting second.
Ooh.
Situation. But in case Malupo eliminates himself.
Storm, it ticked him down.
Ah, but you know, you had said, right? You
It
gotta,
what?
You got to think about moving. You have to move. As that storm progresses on, you have to make the movements happen.
Unfortunately, he didn't do as well in match 2 as he did in the first one, but 11th place still got an extra $2,000, so you cannot complain too much about that. Then the tournament transitioned into a duo mode where the
Ooh.
50 gamers would be teamed
TG
with
was an
50 random
OG
duos
competitor.
who attended TwitchCon, and it had some pretty good prize money.
And it's going to be $65,000.
You got put with a
for
random
first place.
person who was
Second place takes
attending
home
TwitchCon, like from the
$44,000. Third
crowd?
place takes home $29,000.
No.
And then you see the breakdown.
I don't remember that.
11 through 50 will take $2,000. Not bad for a fun day playing some Fortnite.
Yeah.
You're going to lock yourself a grand.
So going into this game, he not only wanted to win for himself, but also for the random TwitchCon attendee that
What?
wanted to win some money too. Stakes and expectations were high, and luckily Typical Gamer was ready to live up to them.
Who did we get put with?
Facing off against Venos. NA versus EU happening right now.
Venos has no resources. He's very low on HP as well. He's going to be trapped outside. He's getting chunked for a lot of damage.
It's Typical Gamer from up top. He
Typical
jumps down.
Gamer.
Wait, TG won? TG was
Typical
crazy.
Gamer gets the win. the victory royale. Wow.
Yo, TG was crazy.
So well done from Typical Gamer. 4 eliminations in that game for him. Here's the final moments from that game from Typical Gamer's POV. Picks off Myth, finds Svenos low. Svenos basically was at 12 HP, gets the W, and Typical Gamer. I mean, really, the 3 players that
Who's he playing with? I want to see if it was like an actual random.
So fun, so fun. There you go, and there's the money right there. This guy.
I'm out.
His teammate.
That's
Can
huge.
you just imagine, right? You're like,
That dude just got 65 grand by showing up to TwitchCon and playing with TG.
TwitchCon, I'm gonna play some. I'll have a
Ewit's Eric, 65 grand.
golden ticket. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna play with Typical Gamer.
What?
Oh my god, Typical Gamer just won us a bunch of money.
That's crazy.
If you are not subscribed to Typical Gamer.
Okay, some of these people are definitely not random. We got Symphony, Valkyrie, Scissors, Svenos. Who is the random? Maybe it's the other person. Okay, wait. I think it's like sometimes the random's on the left. I don't even know what's happening. This tournament was crazy.
Do that right now.
That's right. Typical Gamer got the victory royale and $65,000 to split with his random duo. And that was on top of the $25,000 he had already won in the solo tournament. I think it's crazy that people just think of this guy as a content creator when actually he was one of the best
he was this
players
good
ever in early Fortnite.
How you feeling? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man. Right when we won that game, I jumped up and I don't even remember. I just remember hugging him so hard, you know, because it was just
it's so cool
that down to that one moment.
He was
right?
practicing this much on top of keeping up content schedule.
You actually win.
Too, when I was invited to the Twitch Stream Invitational, which I was streaming exclusively on YouTube at the time, so kind of funny I was invited. But I won the whole thing. I got first.
That's
which was
crazy.
Like a crazy $65,000 prize, which was split with my duo, who was a random participant from TwitchCon. So wherever you are out there, I hope you use the $30-something thousand for good. So there's footage of me winning, and I'm like, yes. Like, it felt so good. Honestly, I'm not even joking. One of the peak moments of my life.
Genuinely, it would.
So much anxiety and adrenaline, like you mentioned, and this tension, and just being able to win a game with so many talented people. There was pros there, a lot of content creators that are so
give you a lot of
good.
confidence too. Be great for your content and brand. Like you're the best
there, and you
Fortnite
know, I was
player.
able to win a game and get first in it overall was such an incredibly exhilarating feeling.
The Twitch Stream Invitational wasn't the last time Typical Gamer would dabble into professional Fortnite.
He still
either.
competes.
He also competed in the Fortnite World Cup qualifiers and even managed to get into the top 100 on NA West multiple times.
That's really
during
good.
The 10 weeks of qualifiers. And for those of you that don't know, the World Cup had 40 million participants.
Yeah, that's
which
really
means getting
good.
a top 100 on your region is absolutely insane.
And there's something so beautiful that with Fortnite and how they presented that format, anybody, no matter where you are, no matter where you were, had a chance of going to this World Cup, had a chance of making millions of dollars.
That is so cool.
Right? And that's such an exciting notion, especially for a game that was just absolutely slam dunking it left, right, and center. I mean, I remember playing that. I had a blast. I was pretty darn good at the time too. I didn't qualify, but we got near top 100 some of the weeks.
That's really good.
You know, it felt insanely intense.
Not to mention, Typical Gamer was living in Canada at the time he was playing these.
Yeah, his ping wouldn't have been great at all.
Was nowhere near as good as the other pro players in Los Angeles. While TG did
What have been around for?
to make
Bucky!
World Cup,
Oh my god, it's baby Bucky. I didn't even recognize him at first. Holy baby Bucky.
he did have another chance
Oh my
to play
gosh.
the LAN event the next year in 2019 on June 16th of 2019. There was another Pro-Am, and his duo partner was Jimmy Yang.
Typical Gamer followed by Jimmy O. Yang, the actor, also on Silicon Valley. They look excited to be out here. They're taking the stage right now.
And while they didn't win the whole tournament, they did get to snag a victory royale in game
This
number
obviously
3.
wasn't the tournament, right? I was like, this wasn't the tournament, was
Jarvis
it?
has
Jarvis!
no more builds remaining. Meanwhile, Airwalks has so much to work with.
Everyone is so weak here, Golden. Jarvis falls
TG on the high ground. He was a high ground warrior.
The exchange, Typical takes the high ground. In comes Airwalks as well. He actually catches Patriota.
This is insane. Typical Gamer has the high ground. Jarvis is going to be down to 31 HP, and as you like to say, Monster, playing that low ground warrior role. It's a
1v1v1.
Jarvis
Oh, 1v1 versus Jarvis.
One more remaining, and it's Typical
10
Gamer in
elims.
the
I mean,
high
Jarvis
ground.
was so
Jarvis
good.
needs to hold this one up, but can Typical Gamer get that final connection, the victory royale in game number 3, and jettison them up in the leaderboards? Typical Gamer scouting around, and he playing great defense there, just holding him off, not allowing him to get any kind of vision. But when is this going to run out? When is he not going to have any builds anymore to work with? Typical Gamer,
double it down.
Doesn't have anything. One build remaining, and that's it. He's going to land in front
Ooh,
of him.
well played.
What a win! Victory!
Oh my gosh, TG's crazy.
7 eliminations, 17 points total.
Bro, his win rate in these tournaments is nuts. Like, he's like won a game of it like every major tourney he's played. That's actually super impressive.
Pro-Am. I had won one of the games. My dual partner was Jimmy O Yang, who's an incredible comedian and just an awesome person. And I had won one of the games pretty much because he died, like, I think, pretty much near off spawn.
Oh, wow.
So I had to win it solo.
Solo the whole time.
I think I eliminated Jarvis to win it. Wow. And it was so intense. And just everybody was in the stadium and you win. And like, those moments are some of the best moments of my life.
Typical Gamer and Jimmy ended up placing 10th overall, which isn't bad considering the absolute all-star
Well, he's
cast of that year's Pro-Am.
And TG was the pro. Like, we just saw Airwax and Jarvis. So he was the pro going up against, like, actual pros. Like, Airwax was crazy. He was, like, FNCS winner good.
During that tournament, TG would also get to participate in some more tournaments for fun. He got 25th in a Trios Cash Cup on July 14th of 2019, and even almost made his way into a couple of FNCSs. Outside of the Pro-Ams, he also has $2,500 of official Fortnite earnings.
That's good, official earnings too.
Really good for a content creator.
Really
While
good.
Ultimately, TG never decided to fully go pro in Fortnite, the competitive side of the game holds a place in his heart.
And then for Fortnite, in terms of going pro, I really love that notion. I've played competitively a bunch in Fortnite, and I love it. It grabs a hold of me. There's some things that have held me back, like ping, for example, especially in the current environment. I get like
80.
ping,
Yeah, he's in Vancouver. It's like really bad for Central.
And it's also a time commitment. I mean, you know, these people who do super well spend a ton of time playing the game, and I respect that. Except right now, I have to decide, you know, I have a lot of ventures going on. It's that or competitive. And sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, the scale sometimes tips a little bit to competitive. And I'm like, I should just move to Dallas and go all in.
He's one. You can tell he wants to so bad.
I'm not
I'm a bit
16
old
or something. I'm telling you this without a doubt, genuinely. If I dedicated myself if I dedicated all my time to playing Fortnite competitive, I can make it to FNCS. I guarantee it.
In 2020, Typical Gamer started to expand his channels beyond just the original Typical Gamer channel. He opened up TG.
If he played with someone really good.
2020, which was entirely dedicated to content filmed.
Central's a bit
outside
harder
of
now.
Typical Gamer's
West
live
A is
streams.
100%.
Then
Now
in
it's
August of
Central's pretty rough.
2020, He continued to progress as he earned 10 million subscribers on the original Typical Gamer account.
10 million! Let's go, lads! 10 million subscribers! No freaking way!
Yeah, I mean, he made heats this year, and that was without like getting like carried either. So like, if he played with like a tier 1 pro and dedicated himself to it, I think that's not that crazy, Chad.
That quickly on stream.
10 million subs is crazy.
Then on May 18th of 2021, Typical Gamer would also start TG Shorts, which was dedicated to the newly popular short-form modes on YouTube. That channel is temporarily vaulted as TG is working on his shorts on his main channel. In addition, on June 30th, 2021, there was also more TG, which hasn't been posted on for a year. But they were all competing to help with the YouTube algorithm at the time. But since the algorithm has had a major overhaul since then, it hasn't been much of an issue to need multiple accounts, and instead, most of his content is just on 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah, he used to always just have stream on one account, upload on another.
One of Gamer's most important and huge accomplishments hasn't been by playing the game of Fortnite, but instead it's by opening his own gaming company known as Jogo Games.
I have always wanted to. I mean, I made game mods before in PHP, you know, sold those, talked about that. But I've always wanted to have a company that makes games. And I thought this was going to be something I start when I'm like 50 or 60. The timeline's been accelerated, but that's
sick.
what Jogo is. So Jogo, which means game in Portuguese, fun fact.
Oh, cool.
Is
this creative maps or
a
like?
year and a half ago. I started with Chad and Mark, and we develop games in Fortnite. And you know, we have hopes to develop games in other platforms.
He's made some
platforms,
really successful game modes
games as well. We started here in Fortnite. We have over 300 million plays now on the maps. Over 50 million unique players have played the games, and largely a lot of that comes from our Super Red versus Blue map. It's a lot of fun.
That map is so popular. He's made so much money on that map.
A lot of people to make what we believe is going to be the next generation of Fortnite.
Oh,
right. The next games.
Oh,
it's gonna be the next generation of Fortnite games that everybody wants to play, and that comes from the core of: do we find it fun? Do we provide value of where it's fun? And everyone's a great gauge of that. The audience is a great gauge of that. So we're building something really special right now that's releasing in a month.
In a month?
Over 25 employees now at Jogo.
Oh, that's right around OG.
Think about. And we've been pouring a lot of time into this one. Fortnite, we believe that Fortnite wants to be at a certain place, you know, where all the games aren't necessarily battle royale adjacent, but right now they're not there, right? A lot of the popular games are battle royale games. I mean, Zone Wars, Red vs. Blue, etc. They're pretty much mimic the battle royale experience. So this game that we're developing right now is trying to meet that in the middle.
Ooh.
Where Fortnite wants to be, where Fortnite is, and we think we did a fantastic job. We're excited to share it with everyone soon.
Some of Typical Gamer's maps are currently up in Fortnite right now, so definitely check those out. I've already played a few of them, and they're super fun. And since 2021, TG has been doing daily live streams and uploads
he streams
on the Typical Gamer
consistently
and TG Plays
and
channels.
uploads consistently.
The content on both of his channels still focuses just around Fortnite,
Needs an icon
but
skin.
more specifically around Fortnite challenges.
I went from 0 to Unreal in less than 24 hours. Today I'm gonna try to win with all 5 of the brand new Arcane Burn Super Style skins. In this video I have to get 2 wins back to back as a solo versus an entire lobby of squads.
Not to mention, his consistency gives viewers something to look forward to every single day.
The amount of views he's gotten is
honestly,
insane.
I think that's why Typical Gamer is so popular. He may not be a pro gamer anymore, and he's not an out-of-touch celebrity. He's sort of just like you and me, or any other typical gamer. See what I did there? Anyways, because of how entertaining and relatable he is currently over 15 million subscribers on his main YouTube channel. And me and TG wanted to end this video with a special message from him directly to you guys. I'm gonna let him finish up the video.
Wholesome.
So I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.
You know, follow your dreams, and just know that sometimes there's gonna be hard days. It's like the ocean. Sometimes there's really rough waves, and it's tough out there. And, you know, you're trying to swim, and other times it's the most beautiful thing ever. So you gotta go through the hard times to get to the good times. Don't forget that. Just know that a lot of people are going through stuff. You got this. I believe in you. Keep it up. Keep getting better, and you know, live life.
W, pretty wholesome. Considering where since he actually did have crazy sacrifices and stuff, that actually it's a lot harder from someone who genuinely had to, like, you know, kind of push through it. Well done. That was mad wholesome. I did not know like almost any of that. That's a sick video. Dude, the fact that I tell people TG is the biggest Fortnite content creator and so many people question it and flame me is crazy. Or even worse yet, if I can say who is the biggest Fortnite content creator and majority of people don't even mention TG is so sad. It's like it's the YouTube versus Twitch bias. I get it for sure. But my man pulls the most ridiculous numbers and has for so long. I'm glad that Timmy gave him that title at the start, was the biggest Fortnite content creator, because numerically he is. Statistically, he is the biggest Fortnite content creator. It's crazy. My man needs an icon skin too, and he's family friendly, and he's never created drama, and he doesn't have an icon skin. Make it make sense.